It's a little hard to believe that all this is happening so quickly. I mean, it's hard to believe it's happening in the first place. To watch a president go after the bureaucracy of the deep state the way Donald Trump is going after organizations like USAID, the Treasury Department. It's I've never seen anything like this in my life. And they're flipping out over Elon Musk. They're flipping out about the young kids, the smart young kids who are part of DOGE. They're doxing them now. They want them hunted down. Young, probably nerdy kids who are undoubtedly brilliant, the kind of people that make up the Elon Musk team. And they're posting their identity now online and in articles. The Daily Beast, here are the evil villains, and they're all under 26 years of age. You got a bunch of bright, fresh-faced young people who are discovering that the American taxpayer was on the hook for providing Iraq with Sesame Street. USAID is like a child, your kid, when they get their hands on your credit card and they go to town. And then you got to catch them. And why are the Democrats so upset about government efficiency? Why would this be a partisan issue? We're witnessing a revealing moment, not unlike when we discovered that a lot of people on the loony left are filthy, Jew-hating anti-Semites. It's like, wait a minute, they're as bad as we think they are. They're on college campuses waving flags in support of Hamas after the October 7th massacre. Oh my gosh, many progressives are Jew haters. And we had that revealing aha moment. Well, this is another one. They're not worried about Trump demolishing democracy. They're worried about Trump demolishing bureaucracy. They don't want the deep state dismantled. They want the slush fund from USAID. I mean, again, these are taxpayer dollars. And you've seen the list by now. The crazy things, that the projects. I mean, I've got a list that's as long as my arm. It's insane what we were spending, or what we've been spending. For every dollar USAID spends, only 12 cents reaches those in need. Boy, that's got to be a real somber message to people still living in tents in Western North Carolina. I'll bet the people of East Palestine, Ohio are a little surprised to find out that we put $2.3 billion of our money to Somalia. $20 million on a Sesame Street show in Iraq. $150,000 for Korean kids to visit D.C. $40 million of our money to build schools in Jordan. $56 million to boost Egyptian and Tunisia tourism. $11 million to tell the Vietnamese to stop burning their trash. Now, here's the best part of all. This is what's astounding to me. They're not hiding their disdain for an attempt at government efficiency at all. Look at Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer been at the game a long time. This guy knows exactly what it's all about. Been a politician for 1,000 years. Chuck Schumer, a senior Democrat official, listen to what he said yesterday. If we don't stop Trump from expecting accountability from an entity like USAID, what could be next? The IRS? When the team played this clip for me, I said, guys, you got to cut it out with the AI. There's no way he said that. Oh yes, this is what Chuck Schumer said.
If DOGE attacks USAID today, then you can be sure they'll move on to another target tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe it'll be the Postal Service or the IRS. They could be next.
Oh no, not the Postal Service. What, the IRS? You want to cut out waste from the IRS? You mean we might stop auditing conservatives? What? No. The Postal Service? I mean, making that more efficient? No, don't do that. That could be, he actually said that. That was on the floor of the Senate. Are you relishing what we're experiencing right now, just 2.5 weeks into the Trump administration? I saw somebody post something on social media that made a lot of sense, and I want to bounce it off you. That person, I'm paraphrasing here, but they said essentially, I'm glad they weaponized the court system against Trump. I'm glad they raided his wife's underwear drawer. I'm glad they attempted to bankrupt him, because only a man who's been put through hell is capable of roaring back with a vengeance and doing the things he's doing right now to the deep state, to the establishment Republicans, and yes, to the bureaucracy that the Democrats relish. In a way, as awful as it was to experience as a country, what they put him through, maybe it was worth it because of what we're getting now. It's glorious. Glorious. Let's see what you think. We're in the Relief Factor studios for a Tuesday. Our number, 800-655-MIKE. Let's put your voice front and center as we celebrate this extraordinary time in the history of the United States of America. I haven't had this much fun in my life covering this stuff. Let's see if you see it the same way. 800-655-MIKE. Are you glad we were spending millions to develop Sesame Street for Iraq? Boy, that's a good use of taxpayer funds. Again, that's probably a tough, bitter pill to swallow for people living in pup tents in Western North Carolina because Biden ignored them. Wow, we're fired up. Hope you are too. 800-655-6453. Call or text, but join us. Trump wins, huge victories for him in the so-called tariff war. Oh, the tariffs, all the smart kids were saying, we're going to pay so much more for guacamole. Oh, no. Chuck Schumer waving around cans of Corona. And they're just like that. Mexico said, no, we'll put 10,000 troops on the border. Just like that, Trudeau said, we'll have a fentanyl czar. We'll do better at this, Mr. President. President Trump will do better. We'll acquiesce. So there's a 30-day pause. 10,000 troops on the Canadian side of the border, 10,000 troops on the Mexican side of the border. Trudeau's going to list cartels as terrorists. Canada and Mexico both caved, and don't believe the disgustingly corrupt mainstream media that wants you to think that Trump blinked. Trump blinked. These people are nuts. They're absolutely out of their minds. Just like the protesters along the 101 in Los Angeles. Did you see those doozies yesterday? We haven't even gotten to those people yet. So riddle me this, Batman. If you want to stay here and you don't want to go back to Mexico, why would you fly the Mexican flag and burn the American flag? Explain that to me like I'm 2 years old. Just talk slowly. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. It is a glorious, golden, exciting, exhilarating time. We are witnessing the apple cart not being tipped over. It's the apple cart of the deep state apple cart is being blown up. Mike's in Lansing, Michigan. We'll start there. Hey, Mike, welcome aboard.
Hey, Mike. Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. You know, you're right. We are in a golden age, and I look at the left now, and they're entitled, they're delusional, and they think this is the way government should be. And for us to even worry about them, give them their couple seconds and then just tell them, okay, you know what, it's time. It's the golden age. Enough. This is all part of Trump delusion syndrome.
I know. I mean, they're so irrational. They're going to, if he cures cancer, they're going to figure out a way to complain about the way he cured cancer. Unlike Joe Biden, who always falsely claimed he'd cure cancer. It's an analogy. You know, it's a figure of speech, but it's true. If he walked on water, they'd say he's too stupid to drown. They hate him so much this is a nonpartisan issue. How can you complain? Why would you complain about government efficiency? This is our money. This is taxpayer money for USAID. This isn't donor funds. These aren't private donors supporting an organization that gives millions of dollars to Iraq or Jordan or whatever. This is our money. And there's Chuck Schumer. Tracy loved this, and congratulations to my producer, Tracy, whose son and daughter-in-law gave birth to a beautiful little baby girl this week. Grandma is very proud. The pictures are beautiful, and the baby's beautiful, and so we're so thrilled for Tracy and her family, and welcome Tracy back. She just took one day to be with the family yesterday, and good for her. And Tracy came in just cackling at Schumer, holding up props awkwardly. It's like when he put the cheese on the frozen patties of hamburger on the grill to try to pretend that he's an everyman, knows how to grill out. You don't put cheese on the frozen, unthawed patties, dummy. But he was posing. It's like Buttigieg getting out of the car and getting the bike out of the back of the SUV and then driving the last 2 blocks to work on a bike so that you think he likes bikes. These are all fake people. Here's Schumer. Now, Trump's great with props. Schumer, not so much.
Let's just take Super Bowl Sunday, okay? It's going to affect beer, okay? Most of it, Corona here, comes from Mexico. It's going to affect your guac, because what is guacamole made of? Avocados, both from Mexico.
That's right out of Saturday Night Live. You ask anybody in America if you're going to pay like 0.6% more for a can of Corona, or you're going to have the streets cleared of dangerous people who might rape your wife or murder your kid, I think you might pay a little bit more for guacamole or cans of Corona beer. Now, that's Schumer's attempt to scare the American people. I've never seen anything like this in my life. This feels too good to be true. And often things that feel too good to be true aren't. So what am I missing here? What am I missing in witnessing what we're witnessing?